वैराग्य विद्या निज भक्ति योगा शिक्षार्थमेक पुरुष पुराण श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य शरीर धारी कृपां बुद्धिर्यतमहं प्रपद्ये नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमद्भक्तिस्वरूपाय गोविन्दिति नामिने गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे परतत्त्वप्रकाशिने श्रीदामोदरदेवस्य प्रियाय ते नमो नमः नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमद्भक्तिस्वरूपाय दामोदरिति नामिने नमः सद्भक्तमनये मणिपुरोद्भवाय च शिलप्रभुपादलसत्वानि प्रचारनिरताय ते नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे वाञ्छकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. Hare Krishna, warm welcome everyone in the study of Krishna consciousness. The practice of Krishna consciousness is exactly like the activity of treasure hunt. I'm not sure if in many places in India, if it so happens treasure hunt, don't know, not come across, but there are places in Europe, in the Western world, where treasure hunt sort of activities happen. And it not necessarily be embarking on this journey to actually hunt for, gold or like that, whatever is considered as treasure in society. But treasure hunt is an activity, right? What does it mean? Andrew, Amanda, Ritik, Anuja, Tharva, Vinita, Prema, Punita. We all would have come across this, no? Treasure hunt as an activity, say. There are some people who conduct such things, right? Or say treasure hunt in the sense an activity is arranged or conducted wherein the participants, they are distributed in different teams, say, and there's a treasure and they're distributed in different teams and they're given signs like maps, compass, some other props, items, some Lakshmi money. There are some shows also which come na. Some shows now, okay, a person is given X amount of money and you have to spend it in these many days. You have to cover these many countries, go in these places, and when you go there, you will find a treasure. One clue will lead to the other, another clue will lead to the other, an ultimate treasure. Then you get an ultimate treasure. Similar lines, such is our practice of Krishna consciousness. No? Within our practice of Krishna consciousness, as we practice, we will come across lots and lots of clues, lots and lots of clues that open up more and more treasure for us, open up more and more treasure for us. And what is the treasure which we are aiming, desiring, aspiring in the practice of Krishna consciousness? Undoubtedly, it is Krishna Prema. Okay? This thing we all lovingly, we all agree, right? Our heart's aspiration is aiming for that only, Krishna Prem, for getting that treasure. And then we embark on this journey, we take on this journey of Krishna consciousness, which is essentially life journey. There's no difference between Krishna consciousness and spiritual life or life in general. Because Krishna consciousness is what? It is nothing but a sambandha vidya prayojan. Understanding who am I, whose am I, what is my relationship with the Creator. So who am I, who is Krishna, the supreme cause of all causes. What is my relationship with Krishna, how to be in that loving relationship, how to be in that relationship. And such is life for everyone, be one an atheist or a theist. It's no different. Someone who has found their resolve in Krishna consciousness, it's Sambandha Vidya Prayojan. Someone who have not found their resolve in Krishna consciousness, still it is Sambandha Vidya Prayojan only for them. But amongst devotees, we understand that Krishna Prem is the Lakshya, what we are aiming for. Those who have had the pleasure, the blessings of living in a temple or attending morning programs, in the temple or some programs, then yes, we all say now that Krishna Prem is what we are aiming for, living in house or wherever like that. And actually tell you something, within our parampara also, if we see, what is our parampara's name? Ritik, Amanda, Andrew, Anuja, Tharva, Vinita, Prema, Punita.
It's the Gaudiya Sampradaya.
Okay. It is Gaudiya Sampradaya. Yeah. There are 4 Vaishnav Sampradayas. Within which Sampradaya this Gaudiya Sampradaya comes under?
Brahma Madhva Gaudiya.
Yeah. Brahma Madhva Gaudiya Sampradaya. Yeah. Now, Lord Brahma is the original Acharya, the origin of the Sampradaya. And within this parampara, Madhvacharya is the original Acharya. Madhvacharya set out this parampara, and we come within this parampara. And about Krishna Prem, up until the advent of Sri Madhvendra Puri, Krishna Prem was not, say, the goal of the Sampradaya. Madhvendra Puri inaugurated conjugal love or Krishna Prem, or mellows as we say. Madhavendra Puri inaugurated it or established it or brought it to light amongst the people, amongst devotees, amongst the practitioners. Madhavendra Puri. So, prior to Madhavendra Puri, if we remember correct, his spiritual master Lakshmipati, up until Madhvacharya Lakshmipati, Krishna Prem was not the, let's say, buzz. Madhavendra Puri inaugurated, brought it out. Okay, yes, introduced. Krishna Prem brought it out. And the disciple of Madhavendra Puri, Ishwar Puri, and the disciple of Ishwar Puri, Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Mahaprabhu, he went to South India in travel, and there he met Tattvavadis who were belonging to the same Sampradaya, Madhvacharya Sampradaya, this Prema Madhva Sampradaya. But they were not much into Krishna Prem, or they were not into Krishna Prem, these Tattvavadis. And Mahaprabhu convinced them. Mahaprabhu preached them, Mahaprabhu taught them, and Mahaprabhu roped them in. And whilst that discussion with Mahaprabhu, so Mahaprabhu brought them in and told them about Madhvendra Puri and the Acharya and the Parampara and Krishna Prem within it. So our Sampradaya is Brahma Madhva Gaudiya Vaishnav Sampradaya. So Madhvendra Puri, he inaugurated Krishna Prem. But then who are Gaudiya Vaishnavas? our practice and our teachings of entire Krishna consciousness, A to Z, whatever we do, it should be completely in the line of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, in the line of the teachings of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. eh? In the line of teachings of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, in the line of teachings of Srila Rupa Goswami, which is non-different from his teachings, in the line of teachings of the Shad Goswamis, which is non-different from the teachings of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, in the line of teachings of coming in this parampara, Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada's teachings, which is non-different from Shad Goswami's teachings, Mahaprabhu's teachings, and in the current Guru Vargas, Sripad Maharaj, Sri Guru's teachings is non-different from the teachings of the Sad Goswami, Sri Rupa Goswami, and Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So, we understand they are there in India predominantly. Those who are worshippers of Krishna, they are called as what? Karshnas. More so like in Odisha or some places in India, worshippers of Krishna, they are referred to as Karshnas, or they say, yes, we are Karshnas, like this. Or general worshippers of Lord Vishnu, they are generally called as Vaishnavas, one who is surrendered to the executing the will of the Lord, executing the will of Lord Vishnu, to surrender, dedicating his life, word, mind, body, action, soul, spirit, for the pleasure of Lord Vishnu are called Vaishnavas. But Gaudiya Vaishnavas are who? What's the speciality? What's the different nature or the uniqueness about them? Gaudiya Vaishnavas, we come under the fold of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Gaudiya Vaishnavas, what makes us Gaudiyas is we are followers of Srimati Radharani. We are followers of the Shad Goswamis. Our parampara is also called as Rupanuga. The followers of Rupa Goswamis, the followers of Shad Goswamis. Who are the followers of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? The followers of Srimati Radharani. This is how our parampara is. This is what makes us. We come under Brahma Madhva Gaudiya Vaishnav Sampradaya. We are not Vaishnavas like, general followers of Lord Vishnu. We are not, we are Gaudiya Vaishnavas, the followers of Srimati Radharani, the servants of Srimati Radharani, the followers of the Shad Goswamis. Okay? This is what makes us Gaudiya Vaishnavas. And within these Gaudiya Vaishnavas, what again is the prime objective, the prime goal, the essence, what we are aiming for is Krishna Prem only. Krishna Prem. But Krishna Prem is in various gradation. It's in gradation, and the highest gradation, the highest level, the Paramtam Sopan, the highest stage, evolvement of that Krishna Prem is what? Shri Radha Dasyam. That's the highest evolvement of Krishna Prem. This is what Rupa Goswami, when he wrote this prayer towards Mahaprabhu, Namo Mahavadanyaye Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaye Krishna Chaitanya Namni Gaura Tvishe Namaha. Four things or few things what he's saying is Namo Mahavadanyaya. What is the Mahavadanta? What is the broad, ultimate, great magnanimous of Mahaprabhu? Krishna Prem Pradayate. Who? Krishna Krishna Chaitanya. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. That is his name. Namne Gaur Tvishe Nama. Mahaprabhu bestowing Krishna Prem, but which again is in gradation. And the ultimate stage, the level of that Krishna Prem, ultimate definition of that Krishna Prem is what? Shri Shri Radha Dasyam. But question comes, like among sadhaka communities, devotee communities, who are within Gaudiya Vaishnav Sampradaya, who have been initiated, who have been inculcated in this Sampradaya, in this movement, And practicing Krishna consciousness, and question comes, okay, what Mahaprabhu has come to give? As like Ritik was saying, right? Mahaprabhu, has he come to give all rasas? What rasas? What is the ultimate? What is the topmost? The reasons for the appearance of Mahaprabhu, or what we hear within devotee community is something called as what? Manjari Bhav. Yeah. That Mahaprabhu, did he come to give Manjari Bhav? Yeah. Or did he come to give only Manjari Bhav? Or different bhavs? Yeah. Or where in scriptures does it say that Mahaprabhu has come to give Manjari Bhav? Where is it written? So, Krishna Prem, and what we understand, the highest stage of that Krishna Prem is Radha Dasyam. Now comes a question, is there, uh, how is ghee made? We have, Andrew Amanda, they have made it actually, ghee from the whole process, and they love cooking, and they love cooking many items from the scratch also. So, Atharva, we check with him, and what do you say, Vinita, Atharva, Ritik, Prema, Punita? How is ghee made? Anyone else ever made ghee, say? Or what is the process, say?
I have seen my mother make it.
Yeah. So, have you seen how she has made it then, ghee?
Yeah, like uh, one thing which basic is we have to uh, like all the water from it evaporates and the solids remain, and then they churn it, then we get butter and it is melted, and then somewhat heat is provided to it.
So, is it
So
fair to say, yeah, true, correct. Is it fair to say butter comes from milk? Yeah?
yes,
And that butter, when more sanctified, when more boiled, when more heated, when more sanctified, purified, all the impurities, it evaporates, comes to the top surface, cast away. What we get out churning that butter is ghee. Fair to say?
yes.
Yeah. So, I will speak a bit in Hindi. दूध में घी है कि नहीं? बात बराबर है कि नहीं है? क्या कहोगे विनीता, अथर्वा, ऋतिक, प्रेमा, पुनीता?
है.
True, correct, right? It's fair to say दूध में घी है, right? Yes, there is ghee in milk. But is it obviously visible? Is it seen straight away on the surface? No.
नहीं.
No, right? It is not seen. But there is a process how which it is extracted. Yeah? There's a process how it comes about. Now, those who know it, they know it. Those who don't know it, they may be drinking milk for years and years, but they don't know how to make butter out of it. They don't know how to make ghee out of it. There are, है ना? ये तो खैर this is societal talk still. There are people who सेवन करते हैं, who drink milk for years, but they don't know how to make butter, and they don't make butter out of it. They don't make ghee out of it. Yeah? Similar lines is what we understand. Krishna Prem, है ना? When we extract, when we churn that Krishna Prem, like when we churn milk, we are sure by properly churning that milk, we will get what? Ghee, the essence of milk, the sar, na? The essence of milk. They say, who is that? Some rishi said, no? Prabhupada tells in his classes also, right? That Rishi says that even if you have to take loan to buy ghee and eat ghee, ghee is longevity, ghee is life, right? So the fair to say, no, the sar, the essence of milk is what? Ghee. And it is said like, okay, ghee is life, meaning ghee gives good life, gives longevity, good health and everything. Okay? So the essence of Krishna Prem likewise is what? Radha Dasyam. Is exactly the essence of Krishna Prem is Shri Radha Dasyam. It's now knowing the art, how to churn that essence. Krishna Prem, yes, Mahaprabhu is giving Krishna Prem, but if one knows what is that Krishna Prem, just like seeing the milk, if one knows actually this is milk, but I can make butter out of it, butter can be made out of it, ghee can be made out of it, ghee is the sar of milk. Likewise, if we understand the essence of Krishna Prem, the highest stage of Krishna Prem is Shri Radha Dasyam. And this is Mahaprabhu's teachings. This is ultimate Gaura Vani. This is that Gaura Vani which we pray to understand, which we would want to understand, which we should be understanding. Which we desire, which we should be doing. And this is our prerogative. This is our initiative. This is our should be our indispensable responsibility. If we are Gaudiya Vaishnavas, if we consider ourselves to be Gaudiya Vaishnavas, if we aspire and if we are practicing Krishna consciousness, then the highest, it cannot be bypassed, it should not be bypassed, it should not be left out. So, but it is true, same time, like Mahaprabhu or Manjari Bhav, it is not there in our scriptures, it is not openly there in our scriptures, just like ghee is not openly there in the maize. There's a process to churn it out. So that's Manjari Bhav is not like, okay, in hoardings or boardings called out, okay, sort of thing. It's not there like that, but it is there. Now, one who has to have that vision, one has to have that attitude. Ultimately, one has to have that humility, one has to have that mercy to be able to see, spot, cherish, cry, beg, borrow, greed. The Prabhupada set this up, International Society for Krishna Consciousness. What is the foundation of that International Society for Krishna Consciousness? Under Srila Rupa Goswami's teachings. What? Krishna Bhakti Rasa Bhavita Mati. Kriyatam Kutopi Labhyate. How does it go, Atharvadan? कृष्ण भक्ति रस भाविता मति क्रियताम कुतो अपि लभ्यते. ऋतिक, विनीता, प्रेम पुनीता, एंड्रू, एमेंडा. With this desire, with this motive, Prabhupada set up International Society for Krishna Consciousness on this principle, on this foundation. Krishna Bhakti Rasa Bhavita Mati, which is Rupa Goswami's teachings, based on his writings. Kriyatam yadi kutopi labhyate tatra laulyam mulyam ekalam janma koti sukriti na labhyate. The only way to attain Krishna Bhakti, Krishna Prem, which is a Rasa Bhavita Mati, to have pure Krishna consciousness. Kriyatam kuto api labhyate. The only way to purchase, the only way to attain, get is Tatra laulyam mulyam ekalam. The only way is laulyam, greed. That's the only price. Greed. Tatra laulyam mulyam ekalam. Api mulyam ekalam. Janma koti sukriti na labhyate. Unlimited lifetimes, unlimited whatever sadhana or sukriti, whatever piety, whatever japa, reading, hearing, chanting, whatever we might have done. But if that laulyam, if that greed has not come about, but we are trying to explore, we are trying to understand, we should be trying to explore and understand and learn. And our foundation is Guru Sadhu Shastra. That should be our foundation scriptures. So yes, it's a fair enough question, right? That where is Manjari Bhav written in the scriptures, or what is Manjari Bhav, or Mahaprabhu, what prasas has he come to give? And devotees community, we should be checking on it. So this greed is the only way to purchase it. But then greedy for what? Greedy for what? So this there's a Chaitanya Chandrodaya Natak. It is written by Kavi Karnapur. And in that natak, Chaitanya Chandrodaya, within that pastimes of Mahaprabhu with his associates, followers, comes a time, Mahaprabhu in the assembly of Vaishnavas, there's Vishnu Baitak happening there, and Mahaprabhu in different mood, and he's bestowing, benediction. And people are asking, some of them are asking, Sukh Sampati Ghar Aave Kashta Mite Tanka. Some are asking for wealth, women, wine, name, fame, societal things. Okay, Mahaprabhu is bestowing them bhakti at the level they are wanting, say, or taking. But Advait Acharya, noticing this, he's a bit like, no, hang on, Mahaprabhu, this is not the reason why I kind of chanted or called out or prayed to you. You know, Advait Acharya with Tulsi next to sitting next to Tulsi and Ganga Jal, and he's chanting and calling out the Lord for bestowing ultimate compassion among the living entities. So within that dialogue, then Advaita Acharya manages, he asks Mahaprabhu, what is the ultimate reason for our appearance? What is it you want to give out? So there Mahaprabhu tells Advaita Acharya, yes, the purest form of Krishna Prema, which is Sri Radha Dasyam. And that is experienced in what mood, in what bhav? Bhakti is done with a bhav only, na? Krishna is bhav grahi janardhan, with that emotion. Bhav means what? Change of heart. Bhav means purity of heart. Bhav means transformation of heart. Bhav means pure sentiment, pure emotions. Fair enough? And the ultimate bhav that Mahaprabhu has come to give, that ultimate transformation of heart of us living entities, and the ultimate purity of heart, Mahaprabhu mentions, that is Manjari bhav. We'll further see to it. Well, first of all, why is it so not so much openly mentioned within our scriptures? Naturally, it is not openly mentioned within our scriptures. Like the same thing, ghee is most important or something, so protect, minerals. We find golds and minerals. Where do we find? What is something which is sacred, something very pure? It has to be protected. It should be safeguarded. It should be. Like we say, doing book distribution also, or doing like meeting devotees, we meet devotees. We share our name, we share our, then what? Maybe share our contact details. Maybe we share our address, house address where we live. But we share our email, let's say, but we don't share our password. We don't share our bank account details or password and then sort of things until and unless that relationship. So likewise, like Sukdev Goswami na, in Srimad Bhagavatam, he's like Rasa Panchada, 5 chapters of Ras Leela happening there, but he never uttered a single name of Radharani. Never ever. Throughout Bhagavad Katha, he never took the name of Radharani. And so much so, he's like calling out gopis and all, but he's never mentioning the name of any gopi. Nanda Baba, he says, he's not saying like, okay, Gopa, who is Krishna's father, not like that. He's calling out Nanda Baba, Yashoda, Vasudeva, Devki, and different, like in Braj also, he's calling out different names of different devotees of Krishna. But the gopi's name is not calling out. Why? Because Sukdev Goswami is speaking Srimad Bhagavatam at the level of trance, in Samadhi state, in Samadhi consciousness. He has limited time in hand, 7 days, to deliver, say, Parikshit Maharaj. And the audience is of different consciousness there, various consciousness. Not everyone within the audience is wanting to understand Krishna Prem or different rasas. No, they are different audience. Some are just, their faith is very weak. Some then, okay, take Krishna as the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Different levels of journey. And also Sukdev Goswami, he doesn't want to shake the audience unnecessarily. And he doesn't want to disturb the flow and the mood of Parikshit Maharaj also. And he knows if he takes the name of Radharani, if he takes the name of gopis, he won't be able to handle himself. Time is not in his side, and he won't be able to handle himself, and that's not a good seva. He won't be able to do good seva. Yeah? So but still he cannot not take the name of Radharani. So he took the name also of Radharani. Now those who know, they know. The devotees, those who know, they proclaim that throughout Srimad Bhagavatam is what? The glories of Srimati Radharani. Huh? So Sukdev Goswami, when it came to Ras Leela pastime also, he took the name also, and in a way he didn't take the name as well. Anya Radhito Nunam. भगवान हरीर ईश्वर है यन्नो विहाय गोविंद प्रीतो यम अनयद्र है ना अन्य आराधितो यूनम नूनम है ना अन्य आराधितो नूनम अन्य आराधितो नूनम that within the Raslila pastime he says that there is this particular gopi Krishna went with her है ना Krishna went with her this particular gopi and yanno vihaye govinda pritoyam anayadra hai that Krishna was so pleased with her that she has perfectly worshipped Krishna, and Krishna went with this gopi. So, anyways, we all are parichit or aware of the Rasa Panchadaya Raslila pastime and overall the message in Srimad Bhagavatam. So, Sukdev Goswami intentionally didn't take the name of Radharani out loud, but then those who know, they know, okay, yes, he has called the name, he has told, oh, that's Radharani there, and the why not taking the name or how he called out the name. So certainly for protecting our bhakti, for protecting our faith or helping us to grow in our faith. So similar ways, Krishna Prem is there, but when we say Krishna Prem, practicing Krishna consciousness and aspiring to be a pure devotee of the Lord and aspiring to understand Gaura Vani in its truest sense, in its ultimate real sense, it translates to Krishna Prem translates to Radha Dasyam, Shri Radha Dasyam in its purest ultimate sense. And Gauravani in its purest ultimate sense translates to Shri Radha Dasyam. Mahaprabhu's mood, message, mission, mercy in its purest sense, it translates to Shri Radha Dasyam. How do we further more understand it? So, see, Krishna, even this Krishna Prem, when Krishna appeared 5,000 years ago, it was restricted within Braj predominantly, within Braj. Although he did chivalrous pastimes, amazing pastimes, Ras Leela, what not, but still it was quite limited, restricted, confined within Braj domain. It wasn't like opened up or explore or brought out amongst the masses or like this. Okay? And bring on screen Chaitanya Chaitamrit Adi Leela chapter 8 text 18. We'll try to see the nature of Krishna, his how is his nature. Chaitanya Chaitamrit Adi Leela चैप्टर 8 टेक्स्ट 18 है कि नहीं कृष्ण यदि छूटे भक्ते भुक्ति मुक्ति दिया कृष्ण यदि छूटे भक्ते भुक्ति मुक्ति दिया कभू प्रेम भक्ति ना दिन राखे न लुकाइया So Vinita, read translation. Or Ritik, read translation.
If a devotee wants liberation or material sense gratification from the Lord, Krishna immediately delivers it. But pure devotional service he keeps hidden.
कृष्ण यदि छूटे भक्ते भुक्ति मुक्ति दिया है ना if Krishna can escape giving someone who has come to him and he's a devotee only, but what is he asking? Bhakte bhukti mukti diya. Okay, he's asking for sense enjoyment, mukti, liberation. Okay, fine, take it, because he doesn't get personally purchased in there. Fine, take it. Okay, कभू प्रेम भक्ति नादेन राखे न लुकाइया. Keeps it it's very rare. It's extremely rare. Now this is 5,000 years ago. This is 5,000 years ago. Bhagavad Siddhant we can see in Shrimad Bhagavatam. Shrimad Bhagavatam, Muktim Dadati Karichit Smana Bhakti Yogam. है कि नहीं? 5, 6, 18. Bring it on screen, please, Andrew Amendas. Shrimad Bhagavatam 5, 6, 18. राजन्पतिर्गुरुरलं भवतां यदूनां देवं प्रियकुलपति क्वच न क्वच किङ्करोव अस्त्व एवम् अङ्ग भगवान् भजतां मुकुन्दो मुक्तिं ददाति कर्हि चेत् स्मन भक्ति योगम्. So, Vinita, read translation if you can, or
Ji Prabhuji. Translation. Shukdev Goswami continued, My dear king, the Supreme Person, Mukund, is actually the maintainer of all the members of the Pandav and Yadu dynasties. He is your spiritual master, worshipable deity, friend, and the director of your activities. To say nothing of this, he sometimes serves your family as a messenger or servant. This means he worked just as ordinary servants do. Those engaged in getting the Lord's favor attain liberation from the Lord very easily, but he does not very easily give the opportunity to render direct service unto him. Hare Krishna.
Muktim dadati karhichit smana bhakti yogam. Mukti is easy, okay, fine, take. Because Krishna is not. See, the principle in Krishna consciousness or overall in life is ये यथा माम प्रपद्यन्ते ताम तथैव भजाम्यहम् मम वर्तमानो वर्तन्ते मनुष्य पार्थ सर्वसा. Krishna says na in Bhagavad Gita 4:11, as you surrender, I reciprocate accordingly. So if someone is not particularly after Krishna prem, Krishna won't give it. Krishna won't impose. Krishna won't, he will keep it, okay. And this is again 5,000 years ago, Sukdev Goswami telling to Parikshit Maharaj that in your dynasty, look, like Krishna spent so much time with you Pandavas, with the Yadus, and performed all these pastimes and relationships and everything, but still he does not easily give an opportunity to render direct service unto him. And look how blessed you all are. Parikshit Maharaj, you are so blessed. Pandavas, you are so blessed. True. But that blessing and everything restricted 5,000 years ago to a few within the Braj domain or like that, not open. But within that 5,000 years time period, now we are coming into Mahaprabhu. Who is Mahaprabhu? In order to understand Gaura Vani, first we try to understand who is Gaurna, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, who is Gauranga Mahaprabhu, then we understand, okay, Mahaprabhu's Vani also. So 5,000 years ago, such was the thing. But there are many origin, there are many ways Mahaprabhu's appearance, there are many things, but all bring out the same message, same thing only. Climax, let's say climax. 5,000 years ago, one very, well, we call it, let's say, interesting, because of lack of choice of any good word. Please take it, let's say, interesting. What happened 5,000 years ago? So, Krishna was in Dwarka. And one of the palaces, one of the pillar, actually it is written again in our Acharya's writing, and we are discussing Shastra, studying from Veda base, bona fide scripture we are studying. And so bring this on screen. Rupa Goswami writes it, and Prabhupada shares this in Madhya Lila, chapter 8, text 149. It should be, So Krishna is in Dwarka, And in one of the palaces, some pillars, there's a reflection, there's mirror, and naturally there's reflection. And as Krishna is walking, as Krishna is walking, that mirror, that reflection catches his attention. And look what he says. So, if Prema Punita can read, then read. Otherwise, Andrew or Amanda read.
Hare Krishna.
Mhm. So, what is the translation, please?
Upon seeing his own reflection in a bejeweled pillar of his Dwarika palace, Krishna desired to embrace it, saying, "Alas, I have never seen such a person before. Who is he?" Just by seeing him, I have become eager to embrace him, exactly like Srimati Radharani.
So, this is the beginning, this is the climax, Climax is the correct word to use, right? This is the climax, this is the beginning in one of the many beginnings and things. This is the cause or the origin. This is the first shock, let's say, Krishna receives. Upon seeing his own reflection in a bejeweled pillar of his Dwarka palace, Krishna desired to embrace it. How beautiful! How beautiful! I've never seen such a person before. Krishna, when saw his, like, who is he? Look at his hair, curly locks, or the beauty. I've never seen someone so handsome before. So Krishna is experiencing this. I've never seen such a person before. Who is he? Just by seeing him, I've become eager to embrace him. Now in his heart, there's some ripples, some waves going on in his heart. Yeah? His consciousness is a bit stirring now. Stirred. I have become eager to embrace him, exactly like Srimati Radharani. So this is the leading to the appearance of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Krishna experienced he wanted to experience then three emotions or satisfy three desires. What? That, as you all had mentioned, right? That, again, Krishna is saying, yes, and how beautiful is he? What is the beauty? Wow. Won't it be lovely to experience his beauty? And who experiences that beauty? Srimati Radharani. So this is one of the Uddipan, the cause, Mahaprabhu's appearance. So now, with this, Krishna is like, okay, uh, three reasons, three main reasons, three internal meaning main, three main reasons, three internal reasons of Shyam Sundar appearing as Gaur Sundar, of Krishna appearing as Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. What? Again, the Bhava of Radharani, that what is Radharani's mood, what is the mood of her love for me? Because clearly we read in the translation, right? Krishna is exactly like Radharani is saying. He's reminded exactly Radharani, seeing my beauty. How does it stir in Radharani? So what is the bhav of Radharani? What mood, what mellow does she experience? That's one. Next, second is what? What is my sweetness? What is my beauty? ऐसा क्या है मेरे में? ऐसी क्या चीज है मेरे में जो राधा रानी को इतना उन्मादित कर देती है ना? So to experience the unmad avastha of Radharani, to experience that, what is it that the bhav of Radharani, the emotion of Radharani, what is my beauty? One may say, okay, it is your beauty. So what is it, my beauty, that makes Radharani fall in so much love with me? And then, what is the happiness? What is the bliss that Radharani derives in that association? Surely there is something higher, there is something that I'm missing out. Krishna said na in Bhagavad Gita, ye yathamam prapadyante tam stateva bhajam. As you surrender, I reciprocate accordingly. But then when the gopis took it literally and they surrendered, and amongst the gopis, the chief gopi, Paramahamsa gopi, the Parama gopi, Shrimati Radharani. And then Krishna told the gopis in the Rasa Panchadhyaya that, okay, your love, your surrender is beyond calculation. I have no words, nothing to offer to you. So Krishna, then he thought, okay, surely there is something that Radharani is experiencing higher joy than what I experience. So what is it? Yeah, that thing. So to fulfill these internal desires, Mahaprabhu appeared. Sham Sundar appeared as Gaur Sundar. And this is clearly we see in Chaitanya Charitamrita. Now actually in Chaitanya Charitamrita, how I kind of find it, I would say, Adi Leela, the first chapter, Spiritual Masters, in there, the internal or these reasons are mentioned of Mahaprabhu's appearance, or this is. So bring on screen. We'll try to go backwards. What I mean is, share on screen, please, Adi Leela, chapter 1, text 6. And then we'll go from 6 to 5 and 5 to 4. Yeah? So Adi Leela, chapter 1, and text 6. Shri Radhaya Pranaya Mahima Kidrisho Vanayeva Swadyo Yena Budmadurima Kidrisho Vamadiya Saukyam Chasya Madanubhavata Kidrisham Veti Lobhat Tadbhavaadya samajani sachi garbhasindho harindo. Amanda, read translation.
Desiring to understand the glory of Radharani's love, the wonderful qualities in him that she alone relishes through her love, and the happiness she feels when she realizes the sweetness of his love, the Supreme Lord Hari, richly endowed with her emotions, appeared from the womb of Srimati Sachi Devi as the moon appeared from the ocean.
So here we see those three internal reasons captured in here by Krishnadas, Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami. What? Desiring to understand the glory of Radharani's love. That's the first one. What is Radharani's love like? What is the glory of her love? What is her love like? So to understand that, Sham Sundar, after Ras Leela pastime or after that incident in Dwarka and all, he sat and he thought, okay, what is the glory of Radharani's love? Then the wonderful qualities in him, as in me, that she alone relishes through her love. No other gopi. No other gopi. Radharani alone relishes. And the relish of Radharani, it transforms from where? Prem to sneh, man, pranay, sneh, man, rag, anurag, bhav, mahabhav. And that mahabhav further transforms. Many gopis have mahabhav, on conjugal mood. Many gopis have mahabhav, but in Radharani, that mahabhav transforms into what? Rud mahabhav, adi rud mahabhav, modanakya mahabhav, and further ultimately madanakya mahabhav. That Radharani only relishes, no other gopi. And this highest state of love, ecstasies. So Krishna is like, what is the glory of Radharani's love? Then the wonderful qualities in him meaning Krishna, Sham Sundar, that she alone relishes, Radharani alone relishes through her love. So that's like second. What is the beauty in me? Wonderful qualities, beauty in me, as in Sham Sundar, that Radharani alone relishes through her love. And the happiness she feels when she relishes the sweetness of his love. His meaning Sham Sundar. The happiness Radharani feels when she relishes the sweetness of Shamsundar's love, the Supreme Lord Hari, richly endowed with her emotions. So he borrowed the bhava of Radharani, endowed with her emotions, Radharani's emotions, appeared from the womb of Sachi Devi, है ना? Desiring to experience this. So Radha, prior to Sham Sundar, before transforming to Gaur Sundar, this was foreign to her. This was unknown, unexperienced. This was a trajectory, a territory where Krishna had not traveled, where he had not experienced, this is something missing for him. This was. Yeah. So Krishna borrowed the bhava of Radharani. And when he borrowed this bhava of Radharani, he experienced what it means unlimited. He experienced what is unlimited and he experienced a real current, a real shock. So now go to text 5, please. Radha Krishna Pranaya Vikriti Ladini Shaktirasmad Ekatmanav Api Bhuvi Pura Deha Bedam Gatautau Chetannakhyam Prakatamadhuna Tadvayam Chekyamaptam Radha Bhava Dyuti Suvilitam Naumi Krishna Swarupam. So fulfill for those desires. So Ritik, read translation.
The loving affairs of Sri Radha and Krishna are transcendental manifestations of the Lord's internal pleasure-giving potency. Although Radha and Krishna are one in their identity, previously they separated themselves. Now these two transcendental identities have again united in the form of Sri Krishna Chaitanya. I bow down to him who has manifested himself with the sentiment and complexion of Srimati Radharani, although he is Krishna himself.
For that reason, for those desires, those three which we just read, so Sham Sundar, he borrowed the bhava of Radharani. Now these two transcendental identities, Bahir Krishna, under God, like borrowed the bhava of Radharani. Same, the two transcendental identities have again united. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Radha Krishna, Nahi Anya. The milit, the combined form of Radha Krishna is Shri Krishna Chaitanya, who has manifested himself with the sentiment and complexion, bhav of Radharani, although he is Krishna himself in disposition. And this is where he experienced unlimitedness. And when he experienced unlimitedness, then what did he do? Go to the text for the previous one. This is what he did. Anarpit charim chirat karunayavtin kalau samarpaita munnatu jvalarasam swabhakti shriyam Haripurat Sundara Dyuti Kadamba Sandipita Sadari Daye Kandare Spuratuvam Sachinandana. Andrew, read translation.
There we go.
We have to have a buzz because Mahaprabhu is experiencing this shock now. Mahaprabhu is experiencing unlimitedness. That's the buzz. Mahaprabhu had this buzz. Yeah.
Okay, translation. May the Supreme Lord, who is known as the son of Srimati Shachi Devi, be transcendentally situated in the innermost chambers of your heart. Resplendent with the radiance of molten gold, he has appeared in the age of Kali, by his causeless mercy, to bestow what no incarnation has ever offered before, the most sublime and radiant mellow of devotional service, the mellow of conjugal love.
Na? So it is when he experienced unlimitedness, when he is like, okay, these are the three hankerings I have. And when he borrowed the Bhava of Radharani, this is Krishna Das Kaviraj Goswami writing, and he's saying us that may that Mahaprabhu be transcendentally situated in the innermost chambers of our heart, which we want, and this is Gauravani. We want Mahaprabhu to be situated transcendently in the inner chamber of our heart. But what is Mahaprabhu? Hai na? Who is Mahaprabhu? How do we see Mahaprabhu? In what understanding, what light? Again, so, who Mahaprabhu, resplendent with the radiance of molten gold, he has appeared in the age of Kali Yuga by his causeless mercy to bestow what no incarnation has ever offered before. Anarpita Charim Chirat. What is that? Yeah, that no incarnation has ever bestowed before. Borrowing the Bhava of Radharani, Mahaprabhu and Krishna as Mahaprabhu experience compassion unlimited. And he's bestowing that freely. What? The most sublime and radiant mellow of devotional service, the mellow of conjugal love. Swa Bhakti Shriyam, the Adi Ras, the Unnat Ujjwal Ras. See, go in the translation, in the shloka, Anarpita Charim Chirat, that which has never been bestowed before. Anarpita Charim Chirat, Karunaya Avtirna Kalau, Samarpaitam Unnat Ujjwal Rasam. This is the only place where Krishna is referred to as Karunaya Avtirno, Karuna Avatar. The compassionate, the most compassionate Avatar, Karunaya Avtirno, the most merciful incarnation, appearing in Kali Yuga. Samarpitam, to give, to bestow. Unnat Ujjwal Rasam, the topmost rasa, the highest stage of Krishna Prema, Shri Radha Dasyam, which can be experienced in what bhav? In Manjari bhav. That rati, that bhav Mahaprabhu has appeared to bestow, to give us. And we see this further opening up. We see this further expanding, actually. How we see this further expanding? Within Chaitanya Chaitamrita and scriptures and our Acharya's writing, we will see this further expanding. But for now, it is true. It is true, Mahaprabhu, the external reasons and the internal reasons of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's appearance. So external reason is what? That seeing that Kali Yuga is fast approaching. That's the third chapter of Adi Leela, right? To seeing that Kali Yuga is fast approaching, Advaita Acharya, he's praying that these symptoms of Kali Yuga, he's praying for the living entities, for the masses all together. For the common masses, he's praying, save them from going in hellish life. And Mahaprabhu, please come and help. So Advaita Acharya, he chanted Mahamantra. He called Mahaprabhu. But the external reason is what? Harinam Sankirtan. That distributing, chant the holy names of Krishna, distributing Krishna Prasadam, and engage in devotional service. Or that is the external reason. Internal reason is what? Is to bestow Manjari Bhava Upasana. Is to give out the highest stage of Krishna Prema, which is Sri Radha Dasyam. Manjari Bhava. If you go in the previous, in our own time, we should read the chapter description. Everything is clear given in Chaitanya Chaitamrita. Prabhupada has written in the chapter description of the fourth chapter of Adi Leela, which is the internal reason for Mahaprabhu's appearance, and also the third chapter of Adi Leela, which is the external reasons of Mahaprabhu's appearance. So Prabhupada has written that external reason is preaching, to preach the glories of Harinam Sankirtan, to engage the masses in chanting, reading, hearing, in Harinam Sankirtan, and taking on to Krishna consciousness. That is the external reason. Look, whatever we do it for our own pleasure, right? Whatever Krishna does, he does it for his pleasure. And because we are part and parcel of Krishna, we also do it, whatever we do, for our own pleasure only. So Krishna appeared as, Sham Sundar appeared as Gaun Sundar for his pleasure, in order to understand the mood of Radharani, to understand what is his beauty like, and to experience, to taste, to understand, to with this desire that what happiness does she derive in loving me? Yeah, that thing. So for that, and that is where he experienced unlimitedness. And now to for the so you know what our acharyas write. These three desires of Krishna got fulfilled when he appeared as a Gaur Sundar, right? Now, screen share can be seen or see however you like. Uh, now, when what Krishna appearing as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, you know, three desires of Radharani also got fulfilled. What are those three desires? See, one desire of Radharani is what? That 5,000 years ago, Radharani, she could not openly chant the names of Krishna. She could not, no? Yeah? 5,000 years ago in Braj, Baba, she had so much restrictions, she could not openly chant the names of Krishna. She could not freely talk about Krishna. Huh? So she had those limitations. She could not discuss Krishna. She could not freely chant the names of Krishna. She could not freely see Krishna. She could not freely be with Krishna. She could not freely bestow Krishna. But in Gaur Sundar form, in the combined form, Krishna's desire is fulfilled. And Radharani's desire is also fulfilled. How? Radharani, in as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he is doing Harinam Sankirtan. Now there is no restriction. He is in a male body. There is no restriction. He is openly chanting the names of Krishna. There is no restriction. He is openly doing Harinam Sankirtan. There is no worry. And 5,000 years ago, Radharani, she used to feel very scared. She cannot take the name of Krishna, that worry. Now there is no more worry. And she's openly chanting, and she could not 5,000 years ago practice it with her associates. Now Mahaprabhu freely practicing relishing with his associates, is it not? She could not give it back then, but now as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he is distributing Harinam Sankirtan even to animals. We see Mahaprabhu's pastime in the forest of Jharikanda to tigers and deers. He's brought them together chanting the holy names of the Lord and practicing Krishna consciousness. He's freely distributing, giving it out to his heart's content, to his heart's desire. So Radharani's also desires got fulfilled. Fair enough? Now, the associates of Radharani, the Sakhis of Radharani, Sakhi Manjaris of Radharani, their desires also got fulfilled. What were their desires which were unfulfilled 5,000 years ago? What were theirs? That Krishna is a bit raw in the dealings of love, in the language of love. He is a bit raw. थोड़े कच्चे हैं भगवान श्याम सुंदर प्रेम के पाठ में. So when he Krishna appeared as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, then he experienced what real love is. You know? 5,000 years ago, Sakhi Manjari's experienced, okay, he is a bit raw in the, he's a bit kacha, how to say kacha, he's a bit raw in the subject matter of love. But as Mahaprabhu, yes, now he's no more kacha in the subject matter of love. Now he's fully blossomed, yeah, pura pakka ekdam in the subject matter of love. Then another uh, kind of experience the Sakhi Manjari experienced 5,000 years ago was what? That, okay, he has this samskar, impression, impression of Aptaram and Aptakam, that I'm self-satisfied and I take pleasure within myself. I don't need anything. I don't need anything. But they were like, you have not tasted Prem, because, such is love. In love, there is always hankering. In love, there is always more and more to relish, more and more to experience, more and more to give out, more and more to understand. There's no satisfaction. There's like being more and more greedy, always greedy, throughout greedy. No satiation. But 5,000 years ago, Krishna is like, I'm Aptakam, I'm Aptaram, I'm self-satisfied. Huh? So Sakhi Manjari is okay. He better understands this hankering, this greediness, this unsatisfaction in the language of love. So as Mahaprabhu, now in Rath Yatra pastime, whenever Mahaprabhu is in Radha Bhav, Krishna, who is who? In disposition, Krishna. But in identity, he is Krishna. Nami Krishna Swarupam. In identity, he is Krishna, but in bhav, in complexion, in mood, he is Radharani. So in that Radha Bhav, Krishna is experiencing that give up this Aptakam and give up this Atmaram. In that mood, he is experiencing what it means, unlimitedness, what it means hankering, that hankering in love, what it means that being unsatisfied in love. So that is the second desire of the Sakhi Manjari is being fulfilled. The third desire of Sakhi Manjari being fulfilled is what? That he is Guru Drohi. Guru Drohi in the sense that he teaches us, okay, to meet Radharani, but he does not stick to her, to his vows, to his times, to his promise, and he gives lots of trouble to Radharani. Radharani is Radhikara Prema Guru Ami Sishya Nata. Sada Ama Nana Nitya Nachaye Udbhata. So Radhika is the love guru, but he gives trouble to Radharani. Now, as Gaur Sundar, he is not giving trouble to Radharani. In that Radha Bhav, Radharani's desires fulfilled, Sakhi Manjari's desires fulfilled, Krishna's desires fulfilled. That is Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. That is Gauravani. And this is what we should be understanding. Now you see, bring in, this is the external reason. Just one striking thing, one principle, one learning, one message we'll share, we'll try to bring out. Adi Leela, chapter 3, text 20. Krishna as Mahaprabhu, then this experiencing this, and Mahaprabhu sharing this regarding his experience. Apani karimu bhakti bhava angikara. Apani karimu bhakti bhava angikara. Apani achari bhakti sikhamu sabara. Apani karimu bhakti bhava angikara. Apani achari bhakti sikhamu sabara. Adi Leela, chapter 3, text 20. So Mahaprabhu is, now in Mahaprabhu, is saying, now I would like to practice bhakti for myself. Apani karimu bhakti bhava angikara. I will embody, I will bring it in my consciousness, I will practice. And then apani achari, through my acharan, through my discipline, through my behavior, I will propagate, I will teach this bhakti amongst everyone. So I shall accept the role of a devotee and I shall teach devotional service by practicing it myself. True? But then devotional service, Mahaprabhu taught us what is devotional service and how to practice all of that. And that is when what is devotional service, and that is when he experienced again atata, as in the unlimitedness. Then if something is unlimited, why to shy away? What is the hesitation in giving out? All struggle, all chaos, all we have conflict with each other in this universe is why? Because of scarcity. Because of scarcity. And this is how our conditioning is. We see everything in limited sense. Resources are limited. This is why Prabhupada, he says that exploitation, what? Exploitation over resources. There's that famous on YouTube, Prabhupada's on the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, 7 minutes 43 seconds, we believe, the Hare Krishna Mahamantra video on YouTube, and in that, Prabhupada gives a commentary in the background. This Hare Krishna sound vibration is the transcendental sound vibration, is the original consciousness, and this is to revive our original consciousness. And this, since matter we associate ourselves, since eternity we associate ourselves with matter, and exploitation over matter. Exploitation. Why do we exploit? Because we think we experience or we find, okay, things are limited, exploit. We are these many people, there are less chairs, more candidates. Musical chair, there are less number of chairs, more candidates. Okay, run and grab hold of the chair. But Mahaprabhu experienced unlimitedness. And this, our Shiguru, he shares this fascinating example, right? He gives this like, he once went for a preaching program in Bangalore, South India. And the society where he went, it is named as Billionaires or Millionaires Villa. And in that villa, in that residency, in that complex, everyone is millionaire or a billionaire. Everyone is extravagantly rich. So no one has any jealousy with each other. Yes, you are a billionaire, I am a billionaire. What is the jealousy? There is no jealousy. You have these many cars, I have these many cars, this, that, money, holiday, all of this, yes, perks, whatnot, servants and all, yes, and there's no jealousy. So likewise, if we also understand that we all, as Shri Guru says, we all have to experience that we all are going to be a would-be gold medalist. We all are. We should be preparing ourselves to be in this path. That is Gauravani, that is Mahaprabhu's teachings, that is Krishna consciousness. We should be training ourselves to be in this path, to be the would-be gold medalist. And this is how we can give up jealousy. This is how we can give up enviousness. This is how we can give up. And this is how we can strike a friendship with each other. We are birds of the same feather, flocking together. But we need to know, where are we flocking? What is that Gauravani? What is Mahaprabhu's ultimate message? What is Krishna Prema? What does it translate to? Then only we can say, yes, we are birds of the same feather, of the Manjari feather, say, flocking towards Nikunja Seva, Yugal Sarkar Seva. And in that, we all then come in genuine friendship and experience non-sectarianism, non-institutionalization, and experience in its raw, pure sense, humble, honest, open relationship, communication. Then only we can experience this. When we experience this unlimitedness and that open hearts and open friendship, not just in speech, not just to sound good, in actual sense. Otherwise, we are plagued since eternity with sectarianism, with sectarian mindset. plagued since eternity with so many such things, lust, anger, greed, envy. We are carrying and we will be carrying. But once we experience unlimitedness, then yes, our heart will find satisfaction. We will find peace. Okay, I don't have to worry. Here, this is a world of limitedness, but that is a world of unlimitedness. Mahaprabhu experienced this. Yeah? Adopting the bhava of Radharani. So he says, Apani karimu bhakti bhava angikara. When he adopted the mood of Radharani, okay, yes. Apani karimu bhakti bhava angikara. Yeah? Apani achari bhakti sikhamu sabar. Through my behavior, through my acharan, I will propagate. I will bring out bhakti. But we are in different levels of our consciousness. So, okay, fine. Yeah. It is true. Daytime Mahaprabhu used to hear Prahlad Stuti, Prahlad Maharaj's devotional service, Dhruva Maharaj's devotional service. Daytime he used to meet with many people, have lunch and all. But as evening time came, as night time, that used to be a tough time. And we know, yes, externally he would preach Harinam Sankirtan going out, but then he would do privately Kirtan in the private courtyard in Gambhira with closed Kirtan, Shiva Sangan, and only confidential associates. Yeah? Swarup Damodar, only confidential associates would be participating in that Kirtan. And with Swarup Damodar Ramanand Rai, he would have that confidential exchanges, not with everyone. Yeah? Rupa Goswami, by Mahaprabhu's blessings, he managed to read Mahaprabhu's mind. So he wrote na Namo Mahavadanya and put it on the hut. And he wrote saying that you are Krishna, you are that same Krishna, you are that Vishnu. And he brought it out. He put it on the roof of his hut. And Mahaprabhu came to see him and saw, and Mahaprabhu was like, how did he get to know this? Tear this paper. And Mahaprabhu was like, no, this is not good. Externally chastising, but Mahaprabhu was so thrilled. Mahaprabhu's mercy only Rupa Goswami attracted through his humility. We also, how will we know? The highest stage of Krishna Prema is Radha Dasyam, Sri Radha Dasyam. The ultimate practice, Manjari Bhava, is what Mahaprabhu relished the most, has come to give us. You know? That through humility only. Okay? So then moving on further. So this is like, okay, this settles the reasons of Mahaprabhu's coming. This helps us understand Unnat Ujjvala. Well, for anyone believer, just this Anarpita Charim Chirat, it all out stands out. It says, yes, this is Manjari Bhava Upasana, what Mahaprabhu has come to give. It stands out. It brings out all together. But if we expand a bit more, let's say we expand a bit more. Now, just if you see how Chaitanya Chaitamrit also came into fruition. Yeah? Chaitanya Chaitamrit is written by whom? Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami. Okay? Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami wrote Chaitanya Chaitamrit. This is the last book Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami wrote. Prior to Chaitanya Chaitamrit, there were some other books on Mahaprabhu's life. Yeah? Books like Chaitanya Mangal, possibly Chaitanya Chandrodaya, Chaitanya Bhagavat, but none of this carried Mahaprabhu's youthful pastimes. They carried mostly his early life, childhood pastimes and all. And also none of this carried or brought out more so conjugal mellow and Manjari Bhav and them sort of thing. So Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, he was requested by Vaishnavas. First of all, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami was residing in Navdeep, if we remember correct, in Navdeep. And some event had happened. This is all recorded in Chaitanya Chaitamrit. some event had happened with his nephew or someone, है ना? They were devotees practicing Krishna consciousness, but someone passed away, or there was some conflict, some argument with some karmi or some devotees. Overall, that created an impetus or a reason. Nityanand Prabhu, giving a dream, appeared in a vision to Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami. And in that dream, Nityanand Prabhu gave him blessing. Go to Vrindavan. Go to Vrindavan, the Shad Goswamis are there, or go to Vrindavan and live in Vrindavan and do bhajan there. So Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami came to Vrindavan. And he took shelter, he took strong and close shelter of Raghunath Das Goswami, who he sees as his Siksha Guru, instructing Guru, spiritual master, and learned the art of bhajan from Raghunath Das Goswami, Sarup Damodar. Little bit Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami's Mahaprabhu's time era, but he didn't get much of Mahaprabhu's association, although in that time era. But okay, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami comes to Vrindavan. Now he is residing in Radhakund, on the banks of Radhakund. And he's practicing bhajan. And he's practicing bhajan, stalwart devotee. And he has written many books also. In his 90s, it was in his 90s that devotee community, many Vaishnavas approached him and requested him that Gosai, please give us Mahaprabhu's Leela and Mahaprabhu's reasons of Mahaprabhu's appearance, and tell us, give us this Krishna Prema, the ultimate sopan of Krishna Prema, Manjari Bhava, or they requested Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami to bring out more the glories, the nature, the mood, mission, mercy, and message of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, out of his humility, Bhava, I don't know all of this. And he was in his 90s at that point in time. And also Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami noticed that there are literatures written by himself and the Shad Goswamis and other writers, but most of them were in Sanskrit. And at that time in Radhakund, in Vrindavan, residing Gaudiya Vaishnavas were mostly Bengalis, and they were not so well versed with Sanskrit. So there was also a reason they were saying, Baba, it's in Sanskrit, and we are not so well versed or scholarly with Sanskrit, or we don't know Sanskrit. So in his 90s, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, what did he do? He then went and prayed to Shri Radha Madan Mohan. This Prabhupada writes in the introduction of Chaitanya Charitamrita, this Prabhupada writes all of this in the chapter description, It's a real, we should be, like, so much Prabhupada has given us, why don't we read? Why don't we find our fascination? Actually, nothing to say, it's our own conditioning, and it is attracting that causeless mercy. It is becoming that humble, and somehow, as we say, our own attitude has to be checked, our devotee association has to be checked. Our attitude, our devotee association will protect our identity, will help us form our identity, and give us that Manjari identity, make us understand, fulfill Mahaprabhu's desire. So, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, he prayed to Madan Mohan. He went to the deity Madan Mohan and he prayed to Madan Mohan deity. And he said, like, this thing, what to do, please help. I've been asked, encouraged to write, and I'm in my 90s. My vision is literally going. I cannot see, I cannot move, physical movement, my memory and all. How do I write? What do I write? And as he approached Madan Mohan deity and he prayed and he asked for blessing, he asked for guidance, you know what happened? Garland fell off Madan Mohan's deities. It came out, it fell. The garland, and that the pujari, the priest there, and the devotees assembled there, and Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami saw for himself. They all experienced, yes, this is Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. This is the blessing of Madan Mohan. This is the sanction of Madan Mohan. Now you have to write. And that's how he embarked on this journey of writing Chaitanya Charitamrita. For this reason. Reason why? Because this Manjari Bhava Upasana and pure Krishna Prem and Radha Dasyam is there before he wrote Chaitanya Charitamrita. But okay, so some books where Manjari Bhava Upasana or Radha Dasyam is there. What are those books? Rupa Goswami wrote Stava Mala, which is a collection of prayers, hymns, verses. And amongst those Stava Mala, there is a Utkala Vallari, Utkallika Vallari, which gives detailed elaboration description on Manjari Bhava Upasana, on Sri Radha Dasyam, on the highest stage of Krishna Prem, that is Sri Radha Dasyam, and exclusive writings is there, exclusive message teachings is there on the life of a Manjari, on the mood, attitude, and the prayer and the worship of a Manjari. In Utkallika Vallari by Srila Rupa Goswami, which our Gurudev, Shri Guru Srila Bhakti Swarup Govind Maharaj, he is currently in upcoming sessions he will do Utkallika Vallari. He will give classes and discourses on Utkallika Vallari, which we all are very much looking forward to. So Krishna, Utkallika Vallari in Sanskrit, Rupa Goswami wrote it, but now we have that Utkallika Vallari in English and Hindi and maybe in Bengali also, but certainly it is there in English and Hindi. So books on Manjari Bhav, Utkallika Vallari is one. Another within part of Stavamala, Rupa Goswami wrote Chatu Pushpanjali. That is also deals on Manjari Bhav. Then Raghunath Das Goswami, he wrote Stavavali, and the book he wrote within Stavavali again, hymns, collection of hymns, prayers, verses, and the most striking in that Stavavali on Manjari Bhav Upasana, on Sri Radha Dasyam, on this highest stage of Krishna Prem, is Vilap Kusumanjali, which our Gurudev Shri Guru Srila Bhakti Swarup Govind Maharaj is currently leading classes on Shri Vilap Kusumanjali in Hindi. So, Utkallika Vallari, Chatu Pushpanjali, Vilap Kusumanjali. Then Srila Prabodhanand Saraswati Pad, he wrote a book called Vrindavan Mahima Amrit, which speaks on Manjari Bhav. Srila Prabodhanand Saraswati Pad wrote another book on Manjari Bhav, Shishi Radha Rasudhanidhi. Our Gurudev did classes on Radha Rasudhanidhi, cover to cover, all the verses. Then another book on Manjari Bhav, Sankalp Kalpa Druma by Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. Then we believe Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur wrote Krishna Bhavanamrit Mahakavya. This is ultimate on Manjari Bhav. Ultimate on Manjari Bhav. The deep and deep on this Madhurya Ras, on conjugal love, on Radha Krishna pastime, ultimate. Krishna Bhavanamrit Mahakavya. Then Prem Bhakti Chandrika and Pratna by Srila Narottam Das Thakur on Manjari Bhav Upasana, and our Gurudev is currently leading sessions on Prem Bhakti Chandrika in English. Okay? So then Ujjwal Neelmani also on it, not overall, but it has some passages where it speaks on Manjari Bhav. But these other books, they speak entirely on Manjari Bhav. Another is what? Govind Leelamrit. Completely on Manjari Bhav. Written by whom? Same Krishna Das Kaviraj Goswami. He himself wrote in Sanskrit Govind Leelamrit, which is on Manjari Bhav. But then, when requested by devotees and Mahaprabhu's desire, he wrote Chaitanya Charitamrita in Bengali language. And he's telling us that yes, Manjari Bhav Upasana Shri Radha Dasyam is the fruit of Krishna Prema, is the matured fruit, is the matured essence fruit of Krishna Prema. So these are those books on Manjari Bhava Upasana. So it is not something like we are, it is not something which is shastric, not at all. Not at all. Rather, this is the complete, this is the real Gauravani, no? The ultimate Gauravani. This is the height, the paramtam, purnatamta of Gauravani. Now, take this as another thought also, na? Our Shad Goswamis, they, any Gaudiya Mat, any Gaudiya temple, any Gaudiya institution, we will find in the altar the Shad Goswamis, right? There could be Gauranitai deities or Jagannath Baldev Subhadra or even Rukmani Krishna deities, whosoever presiding deities in the, if it's a Gaudiya temple, we will find the Shad Goswamis in the altar. Is it not? Now, Rupa Goswami, what is his spiritual identity? His eternal spiritual identity is Rupa Manjari. He is serving as a Manjari in the Nikunja Leela. Raghunath Das Goswami, his identity is Rati Manjari. Sanatan Goswami is Lavanga Manjari. Then Raghunath Bhatta Goswami is Rasa Manjari. Gopal Bhatta Goswami is Guna Manjari. Jiva Goswami is who? Vilas Manjari. Narottam Das Thakur is who? Champak Lata Manjari. Lokanath Goswami, Narottam Das Thakur's spiritual master, is who? Manjulali Manjari. Vrindavan, no, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, who wrote Chaitanya Chaitamrit, Govind Lilamrit, he is Kasturi Manjari. Bhakti Vinod Thakur, he is Kamala Manjari. Our parampara is parampara of Manjaris. These are the acharyas. These are all Manjaris, and they have all perfected, they have all practiced, and they have all attained Manjari Bhava Upasana. Shri Radha Dasyam, this is the ultimate nectar of Krishna Prema. So it is something, definitely it is not anything which is not bona fide or which is not within the scriptures. It's like, have we been exposed to? Should we been exposed to? Yes. Not at day one, fine, but at some point within our practice of Krishna consciousness, we are desiring for initiation, we should be knowing what parampara and what we are getting trained into, what should be our training, like this. Take nectar of instruction, just one, we are a bit conscious of time, so we'll try to respect the time. But come share nectar of instruction on screen, please. 11 verses are there in nectar of instruction by Srila Rupa Goswami. 9, 10, 11, they emphatically speak on Shri Radha Dasyam. 9, 10, 11 verses, they speak on the ultimate stage of Krishna Prema is Shri Radha Dasyam. And Prabhupada writes, so bring it on screen kindly whenever you can. Nectar of instruction, text 11, and we will just, because of time constraints, we'll just read the purport, and within the purport, the last paragraph in the purport, actually, maybe the last sentence or last few sentences, we can see. Prabhupada's writing we go through, and then we will read some more, and we are not trying to pick and choose. So kindly go in the purport, the last sentence or the last few sentences in the purport. We are not trying to pick and choose. We are not wanting to do anything outside of a context. In our own time, please, we will read nectar of instruction cover to cover, translation, purport, synonyms, everything. So, yes, Prabhupada write this, the conclusion. So, Andrew, please read the conclusion. You see in the purport, towards the end, Prabhupada writes, the conclusion is?
The conclusion is that to live on the banks of the Radha Kund and to bathe there daily constitute the highest perfection of devotional service. It is a difficult position to attain even for great sages and devotees like Narad. Thus, there is no limit to the glory of Sri Radhakund. By serving Radhakund, one can get an opportunity to become an assistant of Srimati Radharani under the eternal guidance of the gopis.
So, this last sentence is what? It is Manjari Bhava. Is it not? By serving Radha Kund is not different from Shrimati Radharani. Na? By serving Radha Kund, one can get an opportunity to become an assistant of Shrimati. So that opportunity is there. Now it's the binding sutra, the binding message, the binding principle in Krishna consciousness is ye yatha mam prapadyante tamstateva bhajamiham. As I surrender, as I desire, Krishna reciprocates accordingly. And this is why sadhu sangh, in association of devotees, like-minded devotees, we are taught, we are trained to desire what we want, Manjari Bhav, bringing that desire. And it has to be nurtured very carefully, very carefully. It is definitely not for masses, it is definitely not for public, okay. But practicing devotees, we should be nurturing, we should be carefully growing in this consciousness. So, by serving Radha Kund, one can get an opportunity to become an assistant of Srimati Radharani under the eternal guidance of the gopis. Manjaris are who? They are the assistants, they are the handmaidens, they are the maid servants of Srimati Radharani. They are the assistants of Srimati Radharani under the eternal guidance of the gopis. We'll see more. Prabhupada wrote teachings. Prabhupada came to the US with Bhagavad Gita and 1 or 2 cantos of Srimad Bhagavatam, right? And then Prabhupada, one of the early books that Prabhupada gave is Krishna book. Before writing Srimad Bhagavatam 10th canto, very early on, Prabhupada wrote Krishna book. Another book which he wrote very early on is Teachings of Lord Chaitanya, before writing Chaitanya Chaitamrita. So before writing Chaitanya Chaitamrita, let us go, please bring on screen Teachings of Lord Chaitanya. We believe it has got 32 chapters. We are limited by time. We won't be going through all those chapters, but just bring it on screen, please. And the message what we are trying to help ourselves understand and check the bona fide, the sanctity, the validity is of this Manjari Bhava Upasana of the highest, the rasa, the highest mellow, Krishna Prem. And what is that Krishna Prem? So we can see teachings of Lord Chaitanya as the chapters Prabhupada is writing the teachings of Lord Chaitanya. In Veda base it is there. The last it comes into the Radha Krishna pastime and the perfection of the love, ultimate love of Godhead, Radha Krishna pastime, and the perfection of that love. So Ritik or someone if can share on screen, then please see. If not, also in our own time, and we can see Chaitanya Chaitamrita, or actually I can try sharing, but I have to join first. I should join first. Let me just join quickly on Zoom,
I'm attempting, Prabhu. It's just taking a little time.
Sure. So, in teachings of Lord Chaitanya, okay, fine. Overall, the message what we want to say is in teachings of Lord Chaitanya also Prabhupada writes on Manjari Bhava Upasana. And Prabhupada writes that this Manjari Upasana is the topmost. We are not saying select and all. Now see, teachings to Rupa Goswami, Sanatan Goswami, teachings to Sanatan, the wise man, how to approach God, and scroll all the way to the down. 32 chapters there, right? This is the condensed version of Chaitanya Chaitamrita. But what's the point, You miss out the essence. You carry all the details, but you don't know the essence. It's not so good, isn't it? So see, Pure love for Krishna, the transcendental pastime of Radha Krishna, the supreme perfection in conclusion. So go in chapter 30. In chapter 30 of Chaitanya Chaitamrita, somewhere Prabhupada writes again on Manjari Bhava. So kindly scroll down. Let us keep on scrolling, huh? And we all check out. He writes maid servant, assistants like this. Definitely. He explains Sakhi and Manjaris. Who are Sakhis, who are Manjaris, or Sakhi and Manjari term is not used. Yes, it's true. Manjari term is not much used in the Chaitanya Chaitamrita and okay, now kindly go up. Oh yeah, search by Manjari. Search by Manjari, please. Or Sakhi also fine. Nothing comes up. Search by Sakhi. Manjari is not much used within the writings in Chaitanya Chaitamrita, but the message is there. It's given. Sakhi also not coming up. Sometimes, this search takes a bit of a time to come up in my experience. Scroll up again once more time, please. Huh? From, okay, top to bottom, yeah, come down, please. Lots of paragraphs in here, pastimes of Radha Krishna and explaining. And sorry. Go a little bit up. Sorry, Prabhu, go up. This see, thus one who wants to be elevated to this transcendental stage of perfection should follow in the footsteps of the damsels of Vrajan as an assistant maid servant of the gopis. We can read this paragraph, please. Do you see this paragraph? Yes, this one. Yes, exactly. Upon hearing.
Upon hearing this request, Ramananda Rai remarked that this was the first time he had been asked to go further than the gopis' relationship with Krishna in the matter of understanding Krishna. Ramananda went on to say that although there is certainly transcendental intimacy between the damsels of Vraj and Krishna, out of all the relationships, the relationship between Radharani and Krishna in conjugal love is the most perfect. No common man can understand the transcendental flavor of the transcendental love between Krishna and the gopis. What to speak of the ecstasy of transcendental love between Krishna and Radharani? But if one tries to follow in the footsteps of the gopis, he may become situated in the highest stage of transcendental love. Thus, one who wants to be elevated to this transcendental stage of perfection should follow in the footsteps of the damsels of Vraj as an assistant maid servant of the gopis.
Again, we are not saying we are trying to pick and choose or, read out of context or like that. But we read the entire chapter and it's like undisputable, no? Conjugal love is the topmost, which actually was realized 5,000 years ago also. Yeah, true. Yeah, like this Ras Leela and all. But coming within our parampara, and Krishna did not give it then. Coming as Mahaprabhu, he is bestowing freely. And when Prabhupada writes here, thus one who wants to be elevated to this transcendental stage of perfection should follow in the footsteps of the damsels of Vraja as an assistant maid servant of the gopis. So who is an assistant maid servant of the gopis? They are called Manjaris. Go to the next chapter. Yes, scroll down And we see here also Manjari or Radha Krishna pastime like that. Perhaps here Prabhupada mentions Sakhi and Manjari. Check here Manjari, just out of little bit curiosity. Search, please. I see. Okay, so someone please read. Andrew, please read. The associates of Radharani include.
The associates of Radharani include her personal associates, called Sakhis, and her near assistants, called Manjaris. It is very difficult to express the dealings of Radharani's associates with Krishna because they have no desire to mix with him or enjoy with him personally. Rather, they are always ready to help Radharani associate with Krishna. Their affection for Krishna and Radharani is so pure that they are simply satisfied when Radha and Krishna are together. Indeed, their transcendental pleasure is in seeing Radha and Krishna united. The actual form of Radharani is just like a creeper embracing the tree of Krishna, and the damsels of Vraj, the associates of Radharani, are just like the leaves and flowers of that creeper. When a creeper embraces a tree, the leaves and flowers of the creeper automatically embrace it. The Govinda Lilamrit 10:16 describes the pleasure of Radharani's associates as follows. Radharani, the expansion of the pleasure potency of Krishna, is compared to a creeper, and her associates, the damsels of Vraj, are compared to the flowers and leaves of that creeper. When Radharani and Krishna enjoy themselves, the damsels of Vraj relish the pleasure more than Radharani herself.
Hari Bol. Huh? This is there in Chaitanya Charitamrita, Govind Lilamrit, pure bona fide, pure practice. This is the ultimate practice. Okay? And I'm not saying I am doing it, certainly not. Huh? But what we are trying to help understand is the practice is there, what it is there, and the more and more expansion of it. We are actually quite conscious of time. So there's more to see from Chaitanya Charitamrita, but I think better will be we don't do it just now, continue, because there's more to relish. We'll relish more from Chaitanya Charitamrita. Go to the last chapter in this teachings of Lord Chaitanya. The next chapter is the last chapter, again a dialogue between Ramanand Rai and Mahaprabhu, and wherein Mahaprabhu asks, okay, what is the highest song to sing? What is the, search by song please, what is the highest fame to have? What is the highest separation? What is the highest? So we can little bit skim through. Mahaprabhu is asking Ramanand Rai, of all songs, what song do you think is the best to sing? Ramanand Rai replies, the pastimes of Radha Krishna is the best song. So, and Mahaprabhu becomes so happy. Should we not try to please Mahaprabhu? I'm not saying I am any pure. I'm not at all any pure or like, okay, I am practicing or like, but it is there. And then it depends on our association, who is our authority, under whose shelter and guidance we are. If we are being authorized, in whose shelter and whose guidance. Krishna, Nitya Siddha Krishna Prema Sadhya Kapuno, Shravan Adi Shuddha Chitta Kariya Udoy. Shravan Adi, under whose guidance, under whose shelter am I listening? Under whose guidance, under whose shelter am I practicing Krishna consciousness? Who is my authority? Nah. If spiritual master blesses me, yes, then it is bona fide. Yes, I've been blessed from my spiritual master. I'm training, guiding, and practicing. And this is not something definitely that we broadcast. Okay, I practice this. No. So scroll a bit down of the songs. What is the best song to sing is the pastime of Radha Krishna. Then what is the most profitable thing in the world? next paragraph is it, right? The essence of all auspicious events. As the association of pure devotees. There is nothing as profitable as the association of pure devotees. Then what do you recommend a person should think of meditation? है ना? Ramanand Rai replied, one should think of the pastimes of Krishna. This is Krishna consciousness. Krishna has multiple activities. Think of the pastime of Krishna. That is the best meditation. What is the best type of meditation? He who always meditates on the lotus feet of Radha and Krishna is the best meditator. This is the topmost philosophy, the highest philosophy. All of it. So yes, where should a person live? In Vrindavan, and hearing the pastimes of Radha Krishna. What is the best subject to hear? The pastimes of Radha Krishna, so on and so forth. Who is the best worshipful deity? Radha Krishna, or our worshipable deity. They should be the ultimate object of our worship. Our East worshipable deity are Gaura Nita and Radha Krishna. And in order for us to go into Radha Krishna pastime into Krishna Lila, the entrance is through Gaur Lila, and it is simultaneous. It is simultaneous. So another day, I think we will study more Chaitanya Chaitamrit on this. For now, hopefully this gives us some more clarification and understanding. Yes, Mahaprabhu experienced all rasas as a sannyasi and as a pure devotee. He experienced all different bhavs. Radha Bhav also he experienced the highest. And the daytime he is discussing with Sarup Dhruva Maharaj's pastime, Prahlad Maharaj's pastime, he's preaching Brahma Samhita, he's quoting and he's singing Brahma Samhita. That is all fine. But they know what is his internal reason, what is his ultimate, and what is more deep in his heart, what is more desirable. That Radha Bhav is experiencing. And we see many places in Chaitanya Chaitamrita, Madhya Lila, chapter 2 of Madhya Lila, the ecstatic manifestation of emotions of Radha Bhav, Mahaprabhu experiences. Then in 13th chapter of Madhya Lila, the Rath Yatra pastime. Then in Antya Lila also, there are passages, and ultimate is Rai Ramanand Samvad, the 8th chapter of Madhya Lila, where more details is given on the highest stage of Krishna Prem, which is Sri Radha Dasyam, as Manjari Bhava Upasana. Chaitanya Chandramritam, a book written by Srila Prabodhanand Saraswati. And Srila Prabhupada Saraswati Pad in there mentions text 88. He says, Yatha yatha gaur padar vinde vinde te bhaktim krita punya rashi tatha tathotsar patridikasmat Shri Radha padamboj sudamburashi. Yatha yatha gaur padarvinde, to the degree, to the extent, as much as one takes shelter of Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Gauravani, again, shelter of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Gauravani. To that extent, degree, as much as one understands the personality Mahaprabhu, Gauranga Mahaprabhu, Gauravani, the mission, the mood, the message, the mercy of Mahaprabhu, tatha tathotsar pate ridik asmat. Aksmat meaning spontaneous, deep, sudden. To that degree, what will appear in his heart? Shri Radha Padamboj Sudambura. See, Sudha means Amrit, nectar. Ambu is ocean, water. Na? The ocean of nectar of the seva of the serving the lotus feet of Srimati Radharani will sprout in his heart, will come about in his heart strongly, clearly, purely, and as much as we understand Gauravani, to that extent it will all come about. So there are various like books on Manjari Bhav, there's songs on Manjari Bhav. we can discuss, but just being a bit conscious of time. So maybe we take a pause here. So far, any question, comment, clarification, or anything to add, say, or share? Another time, we'll try to understand who are Manjaris. They also experience Krishna Prem through Radha Dasyam. Yeah? Through serving Srimati Radharani, they experience Krishna Prem. So maybe another day we'll try to go more Chaitanya Charitamrita, and what we just read in teachings of Lord Chaitanya, some passages, we'll try to go more of those passages in somewhat details in Chaitanya Charitamrita and see the authenticity, the purity of Madhuras, conjugal mellow, and actually Gopi Bhava are of different classifications, Gopi Bhav, and within Gopi Bhav is what this Manjari Bhav, the ultimate Bhav, so which is there in Chaitanya Charitamrita and in our scriptures. So comes the question, Mahaprabhu, has he come to give what Bhav? Yes, he has come to actually give Manjari Bhav. It's not like he's not giving any other Bhav. That is general. He's teaching Harinam Sankirtan, do Bhakti, that is general. Like in Rai Ramanan Samvad, Mahaprabhu says, na, this is external, go more deep. This is external, go more deep. So to do Bhakti is general. Okay, fine. Selfless Bhakti, Varnashram, Dham, that is all general. But specific is what? Is this Manjari Bhav Upasana. Just one verse we'll like to share, say. Please bring on screen Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Leela, chapter 22. This is teachings of Mahaprabhu to Sanatan Goswami, text 157 to 156 to 157. Two texts combined together, 156, 157, Madhya Leela, chapter 22. बाह्य अंतर इहर दुईत साधन, बाह्य अंतर इहर दुईत साधन, बाह्य साधक देह कोरे श्रवण कीर्तन, मन निज सिद्ध देह करिया भावन, मन निज सिद्ध देह करिया भावन, रात्रि दिने ब्रजे करे कृष्णेर सेवन, है ना. बाह्य अंतर इहर द्वैत साधनम, as in practicing Krishna consciousness externally, internally. These are the two ways of practicing Krishna consciousness. Now, Bahya Sadhak Deha, externally as a practitioner, following the regulative principles and practicing reading, hearing, chanting, and practicing Bahya Sadhak Deha Kore Shravana Kirtana. Mane Nija Siddha Dehe Kariya Bhavana. So this Siddha Deha and contemplation, Mane Nija Siddha Deha, this contemplation of one's eternal identity, eternal Swarup, Chinmay spiritual identity, that contemplation, Mane Nija Siddha Deha Kariya Bhavana, है ना. Ratri Dine Braje Kore Krishna Sevana. That. So, day and night serving Krishna, day and night serving Krishna in Vrindavan, day and night serving the divine couple in Vrindavan. We can see this on screen if it comes out, otherwise also okay. Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya Leela, chapter 22, text 156 to 157. Day and night thinking of one's spiritual identity. And serving the divine couple in that identity. So that pure spiritual identity can be our Manjari identity. We are not saying we have become a Manjari or we are a Manjari, even though our name could be given, spiritual name could be given, Manjari like this, It's a female name given to female bodies, not to male bodies. But sometimes females, even if they are given a Manjari name, That doesn't mean they have become a Manjari, and this is not what we are saying. But at least in our heart and in our desire and in our practice, we should first is learning what is a Manjari, then how to become a Manjari, then desiring to be. We should pray for this, that as it says in the translation, the second part, within his mind is his original purified, self-realized position. He serves Krishna in Vrindavan in his particular way. And this is how our acharyas have served. The Shad Goswamis have served as a practitioner and as a perfect devotee, self-realized devotee. He serves Krishna, he serves Radha Krishna in Vrindavan in his particular way. What is that particular way? That is open to us. What particular way we want to serve? As we surrender, Krishna reciprocates accordingly, as we desire. So if I desire to understand Manjari Bhav and serve in that particular way, okay, that is open in that particular way. And this is what, again, we have to tie ourselves to our parampara. Gaudiya parampara means what? So just to recap, let's say, this is what we said, our parampara is Brahma Madhva Gaudiya Vaishnav Sampradaya. We are not just Vaishnavas. We are Gaudiya Vaishnavas. What constitutes as Gaudiya Vaishnavas? Followers of Radharani, servants of Radharani, servants of the Shad Goswamis, imbibing, taking that message of Krishna Prem. That is the ultimate stage of Krishna Prem, Radha Dasyam. All the Shad Goswamis are Manjaris. And if we are follower of them, then the particular way is Manjari way. That Upasana. And learning that, understanding that, preparing ourselves for that, desiring for that. And okay, just to hand say, just conscious of time here. Mahaprabhu's message Trinadapi Sunichena Taroriva Sahishnuna Amanina Mandina Kirtanya Sadari. Humility, So Manjari consciousness is what? Manjari considers herself to be lower than a straw in the street. Pure devotee, naturally, Manjari considers herself. And this we see in Chaitanya Charitamrita, Radharani's mood, Mahaprabhu experiencing how she says, I don't have devotion. I am just doing a show to attract attention. I don't have devotion. I am lower than a straw in the street. That Manjari's experienced this. Then, more tolerant. We should be so much tolerant. Manjaris are the most tolerant. They tolerate even intimately associating with Krishna. And natural tolerance. They don't want to, they do not. So that tolerance and giving all respect to others, yes. Pure devotees give respect to others. Manjaris give respect to others. If we aspire, yes. But the benchmark or the criteria to fill is this humility, Never expecting honor for ourselves, giving all respect to others. That humility. So just to screen share can be seen, and just to park, let's say here, pause here. Now, Ritik, are we correct in understanding you don't have a passport yet, right? If we remember.
Yeah, I don't have.
Okay. So any part of the world, anyone who makes a passport, what is required? He needs to fill a form, right? And in that form, he needs to write his name, he needs to write his gender, he needs to write his date of birth, he needs to write his address. It could be different in the UK, in the Europe, in USA, Australia, Canada, New Zealand, India, Asia, Saudi Arabia, different countries, but still certain things remain the same. And this is still a societal example, but kindly see, the name has to be given, the gender has to be given, the date of birth, the parent's name or husband's name, spouse name, same. And what? Place of residence. Now in British passport, I don't think so. You need parent's name or a spouse's name. I'm not sure. I don't think so. But definitely name, date of birth, address, this is given. Na? Now required. Now take this, pure devotee. We are trying to understand pure devotee, and then this Manjari pure devotee say. When we go to apply for a passport anywhere in the globe, and visa also even for that matter, what is required? Have you got a criminal case pending on you? Suppose if we want a visa for any other country, and if we say, yes, I have got actually a criminal case pending on me, will I be given a visa? No, no. Am I carrying some disease in me which is contagious? Yes. Will I be given a visa? No. In order to get US, UK visa, Europe visa from India, they require some medical test to be done. And if the test results do not come appropriate, then visa is not given naturally. So if I'm carrying some disease, then we write forms, right? Booking flight ticket or visa or passport. Are you carrying any arm ammunitions? Or do you want to spread terrorist activity? Then we won't give visa, right? So these are now, suppose Ritik, we know he's not carrying any armed ammunition. We know he has not got any criminal case pending on him. We know he's not carrying drugs or he's not carrying any disease with him, which is, so, but is it good enough for the passport agency or the visa agency to issue him a visa? No, right? Ritik may say, I am clean, Baba. I don't see my background check. There's no criminal investigation happening. There's no crime. There's no drugs. There's no abuse. There's no disease and all. I'm pure. But okay, you are pure. But still, that does not guarantee you a visa. Likewise, we could be a pure devotee. I want to chant purely. I chant. I read here. I want to be a pure devotee. I want to be. That's great. But just being a pure devotee does not make us a Manjari. It does not kind of let us in, okay, yes, because he's a pure devotee, you are a Manjari. No. What is needed? Pure devotee is the basic foundation, it's the general principle. But then, what? Now, Ritik, if he goes to the passport agency and if he tells, I am a human being, give me a passport, will they give? No way. I'm a human being, issue me a visa? No way. Baba, you have to be specific. Okay. I am a male. Good start. But still more. What is your name? This is my name. This is my age. This is my address. This is my gender. Yes, now we are talking. And now background check. Now see conduct wise, criminal, no terrorist activity, no drugs, no disease. And these are all the details and all the documents, whatever references, validation, background check. Then yes, okay, you get the passport, you get the visa. Fair enough. Yeah. So just by becoming pure or wanting to be pure, if we just go on, okay, yes, no, this is purification happening, I need lots and lots of purification, fine. But if we ourselves do not desire, Krishna will never give it to us. It is both ways. We have to desire, and then Shri Gurudev brings it out. Yeah? But the desire has to be made. Then Gurudev makes it happen. Shri Guru makes it happen. We make the desire, and that is bestowed upon us, given upon us. It is open, it is there, but I have to desire. Just to end, when we say walk on a street and there is a cloth shop, garment shop, and we see mannequin, are they called? Statues, there's mannequins, there's a dress there. Now, just by the dress is there, but just by going through it, I won't get. I have to desire to get the dress. And then I walk in and I inquire and I pay and I kind of say yes, and then the dress is given, right? So I have to desire. And then Shri Guru in our heart will make it manifest, will make that Chinmay Roop and Swaroop manifest. But for that, we have to desire. For that, we have to be humble. And we have to stay humble throughout. Yeah? बोलिए हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे. So this is something which any question, comment, clarification or any addition, please.
At some point, I would really love to discuss further because what you're beginning to talk about now is fascinating.
Honestly, and we are just trying to humbly study scriptures, not claiming that I know, not claiming that I am practicing, no, but we are acknowledging the Mahavadanyata of Mahaprabhu, the magnanimity of Mahaprabhu. Should we not do that? This should be, we should be taking this as our prerogative, as our privilege, right, duty, everything. You know? We are trying to learn, we are wanting to learn, we are studying. And on one side, if I say Krishna consciousness is the highest philosophy, Islam does not teach this. Christianity does not teach this. Jainism, Buddhism, no religion, Mayavad, to anyways are out of the question. That case is the highest philosophy. What is that highest philosophy? That is Krishna Prem. But Krishna Prem, what is the practical sense of Krishna Prem? What does it translate to? Shri Radha Pad Sevana Mritamaho. We'll share one. Srila Bhakti Sridhar Maharaj. He wrote this poem. He wrote, we believe he wrote Bhakti Vinod Viraha Dashakam. Towards glorification of our parampara, his spiritual master Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada and Bhakti Vinod Thakur, glorification of all of them. He wrote this Bhakti Vinod Thakur Viraha Dashakam. Vira is separation and Dasakam, loving separation, and 10 verses in that loving separation and bringing out the Siddhanta glory of Vaishnava culture and teachings. And Srila Prabhupada, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada also came across this poem and they shared and they had a loving relationship undoubtedly. So Bhakti Sridhar Maharaj, we believe, understand, he wrote this, or there is this prayer, Bhakti Vinod Viraha Dashakam it is called. And the 9th verse of this 10 verses prayer poem is Shri Gauranumatam Swarupa Viditam Rupagrajenadritam Rupadve Pariveshitam Raghugane Aswaditam Sevitam Jivade Abhirakshitam Sukha Shiva Brahmadi Sammanitam Shri Radha Pad Sevanamritamaho Taddatum Isho Bhavan Shri Radha Pad Sevanamritamaho Taddatum Isho Bhavan Shri Radha Pad Sevanamritamaho Taddatum Isho Bhavan. Now look in this one verse, so meticulously, immaculately, lovingly captured the philosophy and Gaura Vani. What? Shri Gauranu Matam Swarupa Viditam. What is the mat, the opinion, the desire, the conclusion of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Gaura Vani? What is Gaura Vani? It got revealed to Swarup Damodar. Swarup Viditam. Swarup Damodar got to know of it. Shri Gauranumatam Swarupa Viditam Rupa Grajenamritam Pariveshitam. Rupa Goswami and Sanatan Goswami. They elaborated it, they expanded it, they preached it, they practiced it. And then Raghugane Aswaditam Sevitam, Raghunath Das Goswami, he relished it. He tasted it and relished it. So much relished. Jiva de Abhirakshitam, Jiva Goswami, the literal scholarly Goswami, The topmost philosopher in the universe, Prabhupada says. The topmost scholarly writer, spiritual teacher in the universe, Jiva Goswami. Jivade Abhirakshitam. So neatly he protected. Gauravani, Krishna Prem, translating into Shri Radha Dasyam, experienced as Shri Manjari Bhava Upasana. And Shuka Siva Brahmadi Sammanitam. Sukdev Goswami, Uddhavji, Shivji, Narad Muni, Brahmaji, they all respect it with folded hands. They worship, respect it. They don't possess it. For good reasons. They don't possess it. But they know it. They have come to know it and they respect it. They value it definitely. And they cherish the fortune of those who have it or those who are aspiring for it. They really cherish the fortune of them. And what is that? Shri Radha Pad Sevana Mritam, serving the lotus feet of Srimati Radharani. The nectarian ocean of joy, of bliss of serving the lotus feet of Srimati Radharani. And he's begging, he's crying, he's pleading, he's requesting, appealing, praying that you kindly bestow this upon me. You who? Spiritual master. The parampara. Now a disciple should pray this to his spiritual master. Kindly bestow upon this to me. You are capable. Tad datum isha bhavan. You have the capacity. You are capable. Kindly bestow it to me. How will Gurudev bestow? Seeing our attitude and humility. And we have to intact our humility. And humility means what? Understanding Gauravani. That is humility. Why not? Why should we not understand Gauravani? Why should we not take? So, our Gurudev says, Mahaprabhu, he has come to give the best and he is freely giving the best. So when the giver, he is not hesitating, and when the giver is freely giving and the giver is desiring and the giver is bestowing, I as a receiver, why should I be miser in receiving? I should not be miser. No? When the giver is opened his hearts and giving, I should receive it with open hearts. Should I not? And will that not please the giver altogether? So it is pure humility. Krishna consciousness, pure humility. Krishna Prem, pure humility. That pure humility, the topmost is seen as in the practicing Shri Radha Dasyam, in the Manjari Bhava Upasana practice, and we intake this humility. We try to become humble and take onto this message, this desire of Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, which is not different from the desire of Srila Rupa Goswami, not different from the desire of Srila Prabhupada, Srila Sripad Maharaj, and Shri Guru. His all glories to Srila Gurudev, His Holiness Srila Bhakti Swarup Govind Maharaj ki jai. Nitai Gaur Premanandi, Hari Hari Bol. So, thank you very much for your kind participation and encouragement, and kindly continue blessing us. And yes, we would also like to do second part, third part, fourth part. There's more, and we'll take this further in our next sitting or in our. We'll try to understand more. So. Nitai Gaur Premanandi, Hari Hari Bol, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna.